Thank you, Ramesh. As Ramesh said, we have talked about giving some of these deliberations to replace the picture of that pitchfork with a smartphone. and with a young man. Young woman? With a young woman. I stand corrected. Food and nutrition security is a grand challenge. And I think what we are talking about here is a big idea that can provide a solution to that grand challenge. The problem is global, so the solution must be global. You know, the FAO estimates that over 800 billion people in the planet are hungry. To me, that is not a good way to describe things. Statistics, you hear them and then you probably think of something else. Here is a way to think about it. If you look at the total world population and how many people are hungry, 1 out of 7 people are hungry, including women and children. So think it this way. Like Ramesh, I'm originally from India, so it's kind of homecoming for me. But in many developing countries, there is an extended joint family system. So it is very natural that there will be 7 people in the family, 2 grandparents, 2 parents, and let's say 3 children. So just think of this, that in the family, every day you have to make a decision that you have to either put the grandparent or the parent or one of the children to bed hungry. And you have to make that decision day after day, week after week, year after year. Now that brings it home what the problem is and how we really need to attack the problem. And what we are doing here is this consortium, which, as David said, is developing the next generation of agricultural leaders. And this one agriculture, one science, when we were starting to think about it, it is to bring together, when we say one agriculture, a lot of people probably think of plants because they are plant scientists. Or if they are animal scientists, they think of animal science, veterinary science, and so on. But to bring it all together, one agriculture, one science, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary. We are not just talking about crops, but we are talking about animals, we are talking about fish that we talked about yesterday. So we are bringing it all together, trying to focus our energy and our attention into solving this food and nutritional security problem. And let me build on what David said, that, and also Ramesh mentioned about 300 million young. If you look at the statistics in the world, there are 1.9 billion young people under 15 years of age. And that's what we are trying to do here, to provide them with education and with lifelong skills, so that they will not get jobs, but they will create jobs. They will innovate. They will be entrepreneurs. And when you connect this community in a big way, a lot of good things are going to happen. So we ask you to please consider to be the members of the consortium. We are going to go back, as all of my fellow founding members said, and we are going to take a look at some of the suggestions that were excellent. In fact, I was part of some of the deliberations. I thoroughly enjoyed how much due diligence you put into in making some of these recommendations. And then we will come back, of course, with a revised and improved version. But the thing that we are doing here, I like to think of the big picture. The thing that we are doing here is to develop that next generation of Dr. Norman Borlaug, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, and these young people that we will provide the education for, they are the ones who will change the world. So thank you very much for your input, for your recommendations, and thank you for your guidance. I'll now turn it over to